Rob Tell on the track. Hop in the whip and I hit these switches. See that chrome suspension. Look at the car, you know who did it. I don't have to mention. They know it's Alex from Hoppos. Custom work come from Hoppos. I'm Rob Tell of 504. For anybody that gotta know, Alex stay with fresh content and he keep it coming like a slideshow. Never cut corners far as I know, but he cut metal with his eyes closed. Control arms, reinforced frames, still killing the game. You see the gun smoke from Impalas with the extra.
What's up and good morning, guys? How are you? Alex here from Hoppos with another video for you guys. Starting off this morning with a nice fresh delivery. Oxygen and nitrogen. Got a lot of these guys. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10th one is coming off right now. We are getting stocked up here. We have a lot of cutting to do coming up in the near future. But before then, and before we get carried away and all this cool stuff coming in, and to me this is like Christmas. I love when we get new product here or new supplies. It makes me excited. That is what makes my day. But we have the acne build update, or just a regular update. But I'm going to show you guys where we stand on it so far, where we're at. Let me show you guys what's going on and what we're building. So for those of you guys that are new to the channel, this is my 1995, I think. Might be a 6. Let's just call it a 1995 Honda Acne that was imported from Japan. And I've owned this thing now for roughly about, I think we're going on 12 months, so 1 year. I think this month is actually my 1-year anniversary with this truck. And I kept this stock for a while, put some wire wheels. Actually, I started off with a set of 15s on it, then I put a set of wire wheels on it, all chrome. Then I decided, these things are hot right now. Let's build something crazy. Let's build something fun for the channel. Let's build something that will represent us as a company, fun, innovative, and just different. And what better place to showcase it than SEMA? So we're gonna be taking this guy out to SEMA. We're gonna be putting a hydraulic setup in it. We're gonna be wide bodying it, which you could tell, it is already roughly about 13 inches wider than stock, which I am actually aiming to gain another extra ½ inch out of that if all goes well according to geometry and turning radius. But we will get to that part later. As of right now, we're getting the body kit all dialed in. I have a tight deadline of getting this to paint on to Friday, which is only, today's 2 days, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days from now. 3 days from now. And at this point, we still have no Optima batteries in there. Our rigid lighting is not done yet. What else? We don't have no seats in here. We don't have no battery tray in there. We don't got pump mounts. We don't got suspension. There's a lot that's not done. And one of the last pieces to this body kit is being worked on right now. We are testing and modifying and building the front lip to this body kit. And this is a full custom body kit. The reason I went with this route is a lot of guys are going and purchasing body kits from online, and those are cool, but to me it just didn't fit the style and shape of this truck. A lot of the kits that are available out there right now, they're all rounded, so super rounded fenders, rounded humps, kind of like a dually. But what I didn't like about it is this truck has literally nothing round on it. As you can tell, everything's just like really straight, simple body lines. Everything's very squared off. This factory is literally just a square right here. So I wanted something that was gonna fit the style of the truck a little bit more. Plus I wanted something a little more custom. The ones out there were cool, but it just wasn't our style. It wasn't the Hoppos style. So I really want to do the front end that I had on the Acne van. If you guys haven't seen that, click back in a few videos. You'll see the Acne van update in there. But I want to do that style, but unfortunately it wasn't going to be here in time for SEMA. So we're going to do something a little unordinary. In the sections that you see that are taped off right here, this is all going to be cutting out. We're going to be doing a custom grill mesh in there with some possible rigid lighting in there. You guys know that we got all rigid on this. We got the 360 series right there, the 4-inch housings, and then we have some of the other, you can't see them back here, but, oh, just kidding, they're not there no more. Those were mounted up there. I think AJ just took them off. We got everything prepped, ready, got rid of this factory, ugly looking, look at that. I mean, who uses halogen nowadays? So at this point in time, we are only 50-something days away from SEMA for the time that we have to be there. Now, I know it's really about 60-something days, but we have to be there to SEMA earlier because we're also an exhibitor as well. So we're gonna have a booth there. We're gonna actually have a few vehicles in our booth. We're gonna have some vehicles outside as well. So in order for us to do that, we have to get to SEMA almost a week before SEMA starts. So our time frame of getting cars out and done is a lot shorter than most people, which definitely makes it harder. So we are crunching to get this done. This has to be at Bodywork by Friday. Yeah, I talked to Mario last night. Mario said, get it to me by Friday. He can have it done. He will get his guys on it. He will make it happen for us. So thank God we already have all of our Optima batteries here. We have our wheels here from Luxor Wire Wheel. We have all of our rigid lighting here. We have the JDI push start and GPS tracker already installed in here. The last thing we're working on, hopefully get to today, would be the seats. So that's enough talking. Let's get to work. But before we can do that, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. If you guys aren't already subscribed, make sure you guys do that. You guys don't miss out on any content. If you guys need any hydraulic parts, make sure you guys reach out to www.hopplesonline.com. Let me show you guys our time frame real quick. Also, a big shout out to Neighborhood Auto Upholstery and Auto Glass, also a hydraulic authorized dealer by ourselves. He is right here in Surrey, BC. Thank you, G, for the calendar. Thank you for stressing me out, G, because well, this calendar is keeping us on track. We just came back from the Chicago show right here. Today puts us at the 12th. Has to be at paint in the 15th or on the 15th. We leave the Vegas Super Show here. Yeah, as you can see, big SEMA, bold. We leave on Thursday. We have 43 days left. I just counted it right now, to be exact. 43 days left, not including downtime for paint, and also not including us leaving for Super Show for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Yeah, it's gonna be a tight one. so we got the pump stand done. Now we're working on getting, oh, come on baby, come on baby. Now we're working on getting the battery rack done and all dialed in. It's a little warm. All right, so we got the front bumper, grill guard, whatever you want to call this. First layout already all done. Like I said, we were originally going to do a custom body kit, have it ordered from Japan, but lead time was going to be way past SEMA due date, and two, it was going to look exactly like my little minivan. So I want to do something different, of course, so that's why we did the 4-inch rigid 360 series, and let me show you what that's going to look like real quick. It's those guys right there, the little 4-inch. I had the 6-inch 360 series on my minivan. So pretty much we're gonna have 4 of them sitting just like that in there. These are all backlit with the amber as well. So I'm gonna be running those. But next, I want to get this one cut just to make sure that the layout and the placement of everything, because these are actually gonna have true bolts running through this whole thing. So with that all being done, this is gonna have to go out to probably powder coat. And then the next piece we're gonna cut right now, that's gonna be the back layer, the mesh grill insert. That's what's really gonna set this off. So here is the background. You can see there's a lot of cut points on this guy. It took me about an hour or so to get both layers designed up. But same thing, I'm gonna do my lead-ins here. I'm gonna add in some cooling points as well, auto cooling. We're gonna do these at 135 degrees. And wow, that whole thing went into cooling points. Oh, that might be a little too much. So you guys saw the first layer is all done. We're working on getting the back insert, which would be like the mesh grill, in it. The problem is there is roughly, if I'm not mistaken in here, and I'm gonna cut this number short, but there's roughly about 1,000 holes. Yeah, 1,000. Yeah. The only reason I did it this small and the holes that small is because I wanted to match and be the same exact size as we did in the back. The back weren't that bad because it was a smaller piece, but being this is a whole, I think it's 40.5 inches wide by 8 inches tall. Because of how big it is, it's filled with tons and tons of holes. As you can tell, like if you guys are looking at this right now, this looks solid green, but there's actually green and black in there, and that's actually all the little holes. I'm gonna zoom in right here real quick. Oh, not letting me. There you guys go. Those are all holes right there. See that? Yeah, so it's taking a long time. It's calling for about a 2-hour cut with 0 mistakes, which I'm hoping we won't have any mistakes. And what I'm doing in between a few of these runs, I'm actually just hitting the pause button, putting a little extra cool air into there, just to get everything cooled down, at least to help it. In theory, I'm hoping this works. And also, I know I've had a few of you guys reach out to me and also talk to me in person about not looking at the fiber laser. Trust me guys, I know, I'm not looking at it. I'm gonna show you guys how I actually filmed this, because I know it looks like I'm looking at it, but what I'm doing is actually I'm looking through the glass that's looking at my screen, and I'm gonna give you guys an idea how I do this. So I actually stand up to the side, I open the door, and I reach in like this, and through the door, and I've been able to hold this while I'm looking. Don't worry, I'm behind the glass. Well, thank you guys for thinking about me. We're about 15 minutes in cut time so far. Looking good. My biggest fear in cutting these long pieces and these intricate pieces like this, which we haven't really cut anything with this many holes in this size, I don't think ever since we've had this machine. So it kind of worries me a little bit because you go and spend all this time programming it, spend all this time getting it cut, and if it's bad, then we just wasted like 2.5 hours of our time on this piece. So crossing our fingers, we're almost there. We're almost to the finish line. There's probably about, I think it's, there's about 15 minutes left. All right, so everything worked out, luckily, thank God. This was the longest cut I've ever had to wait for on a single piece. but everything came out nice and matching, nice and clean. I just got a nice cleaning pad and just cleaned it up real quick, but I'm very excited the way this looks. This is gonna look freaking killer paired with the rigid 360s, the 4-inch. I'm very, very excited for this. Now, we gotta get this guy squared up, start drilling some holes through the factory bumper to make this look a little cooler. We drill holes for bumper mesh. Done. So with 2 days left to finish this up, we are going down the list and we're marking off what we need to get done. We are on major crunch time to get this over to Mario at CNC. As you can tell, we got the grill mesh in, we got the bumper insert in, we got the holes all drilled out for it. And to me, man, it looks completely different. That changed the look of it. I'm so glad because it doesn't look like every other Honda Acty that's out there throughout the United States and in Japan. That's something completely different. I have not seen this done. I have not seen this wide body kit like this style done. I've seen a Testarossa style done. I've seen like the Pandemanian or whatever kit that they sell, but that's just bolt-on stuff. I mean, everybody could buy that. This one, we just added the bumper or the braces for the body kit as well. So now, I can literally kick this thing over here. Same thing back here. All these, this one still moves on the bottom, which we're gonna add braces in right now to sturdy up the bottom. Because once I'm hitting the switches and we're on back bumper, I don't want this thing bucking. All right, that feels good to have that marked off the list here. Now we're going down. Right now, AJ's working on getting the hose holes drilled and the quick disconnect holes drilled because we don't want to be drilling after paint. Then right now we're working on body kit braces right here. This one's like half done. We're just gonna cross out body kit. We still gotta do braces, but we're looking good right now. I'm very excited for this. We are making headway. We still got a lot of stuff to do in a very short amount of time. Less than 48 hours left to finish all this. So we got the battery rack nut certs all drilled out, pulled tight. We got which one's that for? Oh, that was for main. That's for main power battery terminals. Because originally the battery sits on this section right here of the body. So we're actually running longer cables. And we're gonna get the battery rack all mocked in over here. And that guy, that hole back there, that little black one, that one is gonna be where everything goes for the main power for our starting battery. Starting battery and hydro batteries are now gonna be in the bed of the truck. This brace is all nice and sturdy in here. So now we're gonna work our way over to the other side. So yesterday when we left off building the Acty truck, there's one key item that has been missing from this build that has not been able to make it to our shop. And we've sent emails, been waiting for it to ship, and it just has not arrived. So we cannot wait any longer. This thing has to go to paint. So made a call into our good buddies over at Truck Tech, Matrix, Mark, and so happens to be that he had one left on the shelf. Now I could have ordered this from another company, but the problem was lead times. Biggest thing is lead times on this because we're on such a tight deadline. So as you can tell, I am on the road right now. We are driving, or I'm driving right now to go pick up this item, and it is something that I feel like is gonna just set off and finish the build. It is going to be something that just ties it all together, makes sense of all the body kit, and I've been waiting for it, I've been needing it, and we need to make custom pieces for it. So I'm on my way to go pick it up right now. Hopefully he really does have that one on the shelf, because when I called him, he was not at the shop, but he says he has one. So I'm about 10 minutes away. I'm gonna go pick it up, see what it looks like, and see if we get this thing built and installed today. Hey, what's up, Mark? Hey, you got that piece? Heck yeah.